In November 2017, Sydney Loofe, a spirited 24-year-old from Lincoln, Nebraska, excitedly prepared for her date night, even posting on Snapchat, "Ready for my date," with a heart eyes emoji. Sydney had met a woman called Audrey on a dating app, and after weeks of talking, they had decided to meet up. Little did she know, this decision would seal her horrific fate. When Sydney failed to appear at work the following day, a missing persons report was filed by her mother, sparking a huge manhunt to find the missing Sydney. The details of the events that followed as investigators pieced together the puzzle of what happened to Sydney are shocking. And to think, it all started with a match on Tinder. In a world where connections are just a swipe away, tales of love and danger intertwine, revealing the darker side of modern romance. Sydney Loofe is just one of many stories of people seeking to find their connection and finding something far more sinister instead. Today, we explore 4 disturbing true crime cases linked to the dating app Tinder. Welcome to a journey through heart-stopping stories that transcend the virtual realm. Stories that will leave you on the very edge of your seat. From the allure of digital companionship to the chilling realities of obsession and violence, join us as we delve into the gripping narratives of lives forever altered by the touch of a screen. In the heart of Nebraska, a chilling tale unfolded that sent shockwaves through the community and beyond, showcasing the darker side of online connections. Sydney Loofe, a 24-year-old woman from Lincoln, ventured into the world of Tinder, seeking companionship and perhaps something more. What followed was a chain of events that would lead to tragedy, revealing the dangers that can lurk beneath the surface of digital encounters. In November 2017, Loofe's excitement for her Tinder date with 23-year-old Audrey was palpable. She even shared snapshots of her preparations on Snapchat, declaring herself "ready for my date." However, this seemingly ordinary rendezvous would evolve into a tale of horror. On November 16th, the day after Sydney's date, she failed to show up for work, which was very unusual for her. Her mother then tried to contact her to no avail. Fearing the worst, she reported her daughter missing, and the next day the police paid a welfare check visit at her rental home. Sydney wasn't there, but there was no evidence of an altercation. As the days passed without any sign of Loofe, her absence triggered growing concern from the community. Her sudden vanishing and unresponsiveness raised alarm bells, prompting a search party and eventually involving the FBI. One of Loofe's friends, Brooklyn McChrystal, came forward, stating that Sydney had told her about her date plans the night of her disappearance. McChrystal set out to find the identity of the Tinder date, swiping left on one Tinder profile after another, until finally stumbling upon the profile of Audrey, where she swiped right. She messaged Audrey, who responded by messaging back her phone number, which McChrystal provided to the authorities. Within 2 days, Saline County police were able to pin down the Wilbur duplex as the last place where Loofe's phone had pinged. Police conducted a welfare check, knocking on the apartment door, but no one answered. Using the landlord's key, police entered the residence, but the only thing that caught their attention was the pungent smell of bleach. The next day, police came ready with a search warrant, but again, nothing was out of the ordinary. By November 28th, the spotlight had fallen on the couple that lived in that duplex, Bailey Boswell and Aubrey Trail, with the police announcing they were considered persons of interest in the case. The couple responded by making a Facebook livestream defending themselves and maintaining their innocence. Boswell claimed that their dates involved her and Loofe driving the car around and smoking cannabis, and that following the second date, Boswell drove Loofe to a friend's home in what was Boswell's last sighting of Loofe. Boswell and Trail's stories wove a complex web of contradictions, painting an ominous picture of what transpired during Loofe's fateful date. But the truth eventually emerged. Loofe's dismembered remains were found in a remote area 1 month after her disappearance. Trail, after a series of shifting confessions, admitted to murdering Loofe that night, strangling her with an extension cord before he and Boswell chopped up her lifeless body. Both Boswell and Trail were arrested and brought to trial for their roles in the heinous crime. As the trial progressed, disturbing details emerged about the sequence of events that led to Loofe's tragic end. Evidence showcased the suspect's meticulous preparations, from purchases of bleach, saws, and trash bags, to chillingly calculated movements tracked by cell towers. The trail painted a picture of Loofe's final moments, shattering the illusion of online connections. The courtroom drama saw both Boswell and Trail facing charges of murder, conspiracy, and improper disposal of human remains. Their defense strategies sought to navigate the intricacies of their roles in Loofe's demise, pointing to a web of kinks and personal histories that collided in a horrifying way. The jury's verdict was swift and resounding. Both Boswell and Trail were found guilty. Their fates were sealed, and the sentencing phase offered a glimpse into the depths of their actions. While Trail received the death penalty, Boswell was sentenced to life in prison, leaving a trail of devastation in their wake. Today, Trail remains on death row in Nebraska, while Boswell is incarcerated at the Nebraska Correctional Center for Women. Sidney Loofe's story serves as a haunting reminder that the digital realm can hold perilous secrets. The promise of connection and companionship can quickly unravel into tragedy, and the tale of her ill-fated Tinder date stands as a stark cautionary tale for those who seek relationships in the virtual world. In a landscape where the line between reality and deception can blur, Sidney's story serves as a somber reminder of the importance of vigilance, safety, and awareness when venturing into the realm of online connections. In the summer of 2018, a sinister and tragic tale unfolded in the world of online dating, revealing the dark side of the digital age. The story revolved around Daniel Drayton, a man with a history of violence and manipulation who used the dating app Tinder as a tool to ensnare his victims. Samantha Stewart, a vibrant 29-year-old nurse, hailing from Springfield Gardens, Queens, found herself unwittingly drawn into Drayton's web. They met through Tinder, an app that promised connection, but, in this case, became the instrument of a chilling encounter. As their interactions progressed from charming conversations to in-person meetings, the facade Drayton presented online gave way to his true nature, a predator. After an evening together, Stewart's life was cut short in her own home, a place where she should have felt safe. Drayton's violent tendencies came forward, leaving Stewart brutally assaulted and strangled. The aftermath of this heinous act saw Drayton flee to the opposite coast, using Stewart's personal possessions and credit cards to fund his escape. A trail of digital footprints led law enforcement across state lines from New York to Los Angeles, where they discovered Drayton in a North Hollywood hotel room where he was found holding another woman captive. However, what made this tragic tale even more shocking were the layers of systemic failure that allowed Drayton to roam free, posing a significant threat to others. A paperwork mix-up and lapses in communication meant that Drayton, who already had a criminal record for violence dating back years, was able to escape the radar of the justice system. Despite his history of strangulation, harassment, and protective order violations, he was released on bail prior to meeting and killing Stewart. The case highlighted the dangers of online dating and the potential for criminals to exploit these platforms. Drayton's manipulation, deception, and violence underlined the need for caution and vigilance when forming connections in the digital realm. As the courtroom drama unfolded, the victims' families sought justice for their lost loved one. Drayton's arraignment on charges including murder, misconduct, and larceny marked a step towards accountability, but the scars left on those who fell victim to his manipulations would remain. This was a brutal crime that makes every person using a dating app fearful, Queens District Attorney Melinda Katz said following his arraignment. The victim was duped into going out on a date with the defendant, who played a charmer online, but was, in fact, a predator. In a world where dating apps promise love and companionship, the tale of Danielle Drayton stands as a sobering reminder that darkness can lurk behind the bright screens and promises of connection. Through tragedy and heartache, this case underscores the importance of awareness, safety, and the need to ensure that technology serves as a tool for positive connections rather than a weapon in the hands of predators. On December 3, 2016, the life of medical student Francia Ruth Ibarra took a tragic turn when she agreed to meet Emmanuel Delani Valdez Bocanegra through the dating app Tinder. Both aged 26, they embarked on several dates, but their last meetup would mark the beginning of a horrifying ordeal. Francia Ibarra was vivacious and full of promise, but her fate would take a grim twist on that day. When Ibarra seemingly vanished, her friends and family became deeply concerned. Her phone was switched off and her absence defied explanation. As her loved ones dug deeper, they uncovered a troubling connection. Ibarra had been involved with Bocanegra for several months, a person she had met through Tinder. However, he remained a hidden presence in her life, never introduced to those closest to her. Desperation mounted as friends scoured her social media, unearthing this mysterious individual. Bocanegra was a former student at the same institution Ibarra was attending. Though their interactions had been kept a secret from her inner circle, it became clear that they had met multiple times before her disappearance. But now, her friends and family had reason to fear the worst. Their fears were tragically confirmed when police arrived at Bocanegra's Mexico City home to question him about Ibarra's whereabouts. What they found sent shockwaves through the community. Human bones discarded like refuse in garbage bags on his balcony. The gruesome discovery painted a chilling picture of a heinous crime. It is believed that Ibarra may have rejected Bocanegra's advances, sparking a violent and deadly rage within him. Allegedly, he took her life and then sought to erase all evidence by dissolving her body in a caustic mixture of hydrochloric acid. In a twisted attempt to conceal his crime, he left her remains exposed on his apartment's balcony, attempting to make it seem as though she disappeared of her own accord. Human flesh, bones, and clothing were discovered in Bocanegra's residence, a haunting testament to the brutality of his actions. DNA testing confirmed the identity of the victim, Francia Ruth Ibarra. The shocking revelation horrified the community as the chilling details of her fate emerged. Emmanuel Delani Valdez Bocanegra, once a figure in her life, had now become the center of a criminal investigation. A warrant for his arrest was issued, and he was subsequently detained in Mexico City. Despite the weight of the evidence against him, reports suggest that Bocanegra remained seemingly indifferent to his arrest, an unsettling display of detachment in the face of his alleged crimes. As the legal process unfolds, the memory of Francia Ruth Ibarra serves as a reminder of the dangers that can lurk behind the seemingly innocuous world of online dating. Her story highlights the importance of vigilance and awareness, even in the pursuit of connections and companionship. In a horrifying tale of survival and resilience, Angela J., a young obstetrician from Port Macquarie, Australia, shares her chilling experience of a Tinder date gone terribly wrong. Angela's story serves as a stark reminder of the dangers lurking in the world of online dating and the profound impact of domestic violence. Angela, a strong and independent woman, was enjoying the early stages of a promising relationship when she decided to meet Paul Lambert, a man she had connected with on Tinder. However, what started as excitement turned into a nightmare when Lambert broke into her home just days after she had filed a restraining order against him. The events that unfolded that day would forever change her life. On that fateful day, Angela found herself facing her worst fears. Lambert, armed with a knife, stabbed her 11 times. Angela's vivid recollections paint a chilling picture of the terror she felt as the attack unfolded. She describes feeling utterly alone with no way to call for help as she sat on the floor, bleeding and fearing for her life. Lambert's violence escalated further as he doused her with gasoline, leaving her on the brink of being set on fire. In a moment of sheer survival instinct, Angela's adrenaline kicked in, and she managed to escape from Lambert's grip. Her courage and determination to live propelled her to run for her life, even as the threat of danger loomed over her. The horror Angela experienced is a stark testament to the realities faced by many victims of domestic violence. It was later discovered that Lambert had attempted to purchase a gun in the days before the attack, but was turned down. Also revealed was that shortly before he attacked Angela J., Lambert had been pulled over by police for speeding and driving on a disqualified license, but officers did not know he was in breach of his parole conditions. On November 3, 2016, Lambert led police on a high-speed chase near Coffs Harbor after his attempt on Dr. J's life. When they finally cornered him, Lambert lunged at police with a knife, challenging them to shoot. After a 6-minute standoff, Lambert was fatally shot by local authorities. In the chilling aftermath of Angela J's harrowing ordeal, her story stands as a stark reminder of the haunting reality that can lie beneath the surface of online relationships. Angela's bravery and resilience are a testament to the strength of the human spirit in the face of unspeakable cruelty. As we reflect on her journey, it becomes painfully clear that the digital world can harbor dangers that transcend the virtual realm, leaving lasting scars on the lives it touches. Her survival and the dramatic events that followed paint a vivid picture of the darkness that can unfold and the potential for tragedy when the line between the digital and physical world blurs. Angela's story is a sobering reminder that safety and caution are paramount, and that by acknowledging the risks, we can strive to ensure that our search for love and companionship leads us towards light rather than the darkness. As we conclude this journey through 4 chilling tales of Tinder true crime cases, we are reminded that the digital age holds both the promise of connection and the shadows of danger. These stories serve as cautionary reminders that behind every profile and message lies a world of possibilities, both beautiful and terrifying. From the tragic encounters that reveal the sinister potential of online connections to the resilience of survivors like Angela J., these narratives underscore the importance of awareness, vigilance, and empathy in our digital interactions. The virtual world, while offering unprecedented avenues for companionship, can also harbor hidden dangers that must not be underestimated. Thank you for watching Sauce Story. If you enjoyed today's video, please drop a like, comment below, and don't forget to subscribe for more. Hit the bell icon to be notified when new videos go live. Until next time, stay safe out there, and I'll see you on the next one.